Yes, we are. So today, our title is Black Women Podcast in the American Musical. And we have a special guest who happens to be a really close friend of mine, who is a podcast and musical theater extraordinaire. Her name is Britney.
My name is Britney. I'm an actress, a writer, director, producer, podcaster. Extraordinary.
She doesn't stop.
She never stops. A little bit of everything.
We heard that you have two loves
in your life. One being the American musical, the other being podcast.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. I run a podcast with my sister called You Had Me at Black.
Who's also new. Amazing name. Can you please tell people how you came up with that name?
My sister was with her friend and they were talking about, I just want these things for the Black community, I just want to build up Black people. Mm-hmm. And her friend was like, yeah, You Had Me at Black. And my sister was like, yo, that should be the title of something. I don't know what, but it needs to be something. And my sister comes to me and is like, want to do a podcast with me? And I'm like, never done a podcast, but sure.
That's how things started.
We're about to start season 4.
Hey, and they've been invited to DC.
Yeah, we got invited to Obama's South by Southwest Lawn Art Festival. So yeah,
it's pretty big. It's a big deal.
Next, we want to talk about just like your musical journey. How have you been able to squeeze that in with doing your podcast? What have you been doing as far as musicals? How do you feel about the state of musicals now? Yeah. What's your
basically? I want you to tell us everything about American musicals, you and Black women.
But now I'm actually writing a musical with one of my friends. Because I spent a good 6 months just straight auditioning for musicals, and the lack of diversity in their roles was very puzzling and annoying. And it just makes you laugh because they will blatantly be like Caucasian only, Caucasian only.
Yeah.
But then when Hamilton was like, no Caucasian, everybody
they felt so
like that's not something you see on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So right. So I just was like, okay, I love musicals, I love performing. Mm-hmm. I can write, want to just write this myself.
And that's what you're doing.
Yep, so now I'm writing a musical. The Color Purple was on for a year. Cynthia Erivo was Celie. She was amazing. It's absolutely disgusting how amazing she is.
That's actually the most accurate.
Yeah. She's just fantastic. But then when her contract is up, they shut down the show, and then when she was on an interview on the Today Show, one of these morning shows, they said, oh, we heard that they closed it because no one else could play this role, which is a whole lot of
yes, you curse.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit because while she is amazing, she's not the only person who can sing, and she wasn't even the first person to play Celie. Mm-hmm. So that's annoying. And then you have this show like Dear Evan Hansen, which I was blessed enough to see, which was also fantastic. Even though they have unnecessary all-white cast and they're talking Black characters, but that's neither here nor there.
We'll ignore that for now, like we always do.
But Ben Platt is phenomenal and deserves all the awards.
Love you.
Oh my gosh. But his contract is up and he's leaving, but they're not closing the show. In fact, they've cast 2 other people to replace him. Meanwhile, this man's supposed to be the Prince of Broadway. He's supposed to be fantastic. No one can be as good. But apparently they can, and they can give they can give all these other white actors opportunities to also shine and just go into this role and keep the show on. But with The Color Purple, apparently only this Black actress can sell tickets.
How do you feel about having something like The Color Purple still be so notable? You know, because they couldn't find a replacement and they closed it, and that's fucked up. But couldn't we find something different from The Color Purple anyway for them to put out?
A more modern musical.
Yeah,
because even when you compare those 2 times, granted, Color Purple is a masterpiece.
Oh yeah, we definitely
need exactly.
We need a modern, if you compare it to musicals like Dear Evan Hansen and The Color Purple, one is so modern and one is old Southern Black culture. and there's nothing like representing the new.
Exactly, and the newcomers and the people.
Exactly. That's something that when I was watching Dear Evan Hansen, I was just like, maybe this is like why mental health is so taboo in the Black community, is because we don't have representation of young teenagers, Black teenagers that are not gangbanging, they're not doing drugs, they're not, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have stories that's as pure as like, I'm depressed, or I'm going through some hardship, or suicidal, or whatever, you know what I mean?
And when it is, it's over dramatized. Like, you look at Andre from Empire, and that's a shame. That's like the first mental image I can think of, and that's completely over dramatized.
Broadway is run by these older white guys, and some of them have been known racist, and like their comments and stuff they said on the side. And so it's literally like, oh, we need to also produce our own stuff and write our own stuff.
Basically, we have to be in control of it. If you look at someone like Issa Rae, and we're gonna keep using her as an example because she is a Black woman. She is a younger Black woman. She's all up in our face right now. Like, they're putting her as the forefront of like Black women creativity. Her and like Ava DuVernay, and Shonda Rhimes. Like, that's what we got. So you look at those women, it's like, oh, I have to be completely in control of my destiny. Completely in control.
And just also like more pure representations of the Black experience. So like you had me in Black, we bring on Black millennials to tell true life stories as a way to combat the one-sided narrative we see in the media of Black people, and like our tagline is just reclaim the Black narrative.
Well, I just want to talk to you about something you said during the table reading that rubbed me the wrong way, along with some of my other classmates. And his eyes opened a little more like, huh? And I was like, yeah, you're trying to get us excited about Chekhov, and you tell us a story about Cornel West, and you proceed to say you African Americans, which is a very insensitive phrase to say, and it feels like you're isolating us, like we cannot possibly relate to Chekhov and his work because
our experiences are so broad. We're such a diverse community, and we don't see it enough in media at all. And when it comes to like musicals and shows and TV shows and things like that, like, yes, we need to write our own, but we also need to write our real experiences and show be as diverse. Like, so big girls getting the man because that shit happened. No, it's real as fuck. You fly, you
real. It happens.
You know.
It's interesting because you say like Broadway is run by these old white men, and you think about Hollywood and film TV industry, and it's no different. And they say that Broadway is supposed to be more diverse,
but it's because of Hamilton.
It's the only reason they're saying it.
Like, oh, this isn't diverse, but you have Hamilton. I'm so sorry, you'll never rap on stage in this show, but you go down the corner and you're in another show. Like, you have,
Just walk down the street, see all your people.
Hamilton is a shared experience with a bunch of different minorities, right? So why do we have to share our experience with all, why can't minorities have, their own stories, like Asians be able to tell their own story, Black people be able to tell their own story. And like, there's so many, like, that's only one example, and them are just all minorities together. And why does that have to be a thing? Like, why can't we each have our own narrative to tell? It's more than that. So I wholeheartedly agree with that.
A revival of the show, Once on This Island, which also bothered me because the show takes place in Haiti, and it deals with colorism between Haitians and French, and how like Haitians are supposed to be like bad because they're dark skinned and they're peasants, and then the French are like the wealthy, rich and light skinned. And this girl falls in love with this Frenchman, this Haitian girl falls in love with this Frenchman, and she has like the help of all these Haitian gods and goddesses help her get the man. Of course, I don't want to give away like the ending, whatever. But it's a fantastic show. Gorgeous. It's amazing. It's being revived, but they changed the casting. And you can tell that it's being produced by white people because they're kind of the same skin tones. But I'm like, but the whole theme is colorism. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, there's clearly supposed to be a skin difference. One, and then they changed the Haitian like gods and goddesses. Like, they switched the genders. They added an Asian girl played one of the gods. Like, I get it. Like, you want to do something different, cool, whatever. But this is actually someone's culture.
We have to tell our stories. We have to be there. Getting those facets right. There's a reason why someone like Donald Glover has an all-Black writing team. The reason why Atlanta feels so authentic is because the little nuances.
Oh my God.
But those little nuances that only Black people can get, that other people think they can write because there's hip hop, because there's like little things that they can take away from, but they're not Black.
Yeah.
Like I'm not an Asian woman. I'm not gonna write an Asian tale because I don't know about those experiences.
Exactly.
And I'm not Spanish. I don't know about those experiences, so I'm not gonna write about them.
Final question for you. What do you want to be when you grow up?
The main goal, the big dream, is to write, direct, produce, and star my own film. / be on Broadway. I guess preferably in something that I've also wrote.
Yes.
But really, my goal as a writer is just to show melanin in other parts of history. We always think like we're only slaves and all that stuff, but I'm a big history buff, and we were there. Not just in slavery, Victorian times, the Holocaust.
And like try to erase that from history.
And it's time that we also show that we were more than made slaves, all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
we
that's
were
my goal.
actually keeping.
My main
that's
goal,
an actual thing. We are. There are still some countries that have. Anyway.
But then my main goal is that a little Black or a little melanated child can turn on the TV or go on a film and be like, oh, I finally see myself, and not be like me and have to wait until like they're 20-something years old.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's my goal.
Well, thank